Okay, so we're gonna do a quick backtesting video, and also I'm gonna explain my models real quick, just so I can remember them better. Seems a little bit weird, but I'm trying to clarify these things a little bit more for myself. But anyway, so what we have here, the first model, the simplest model, is this model. Then you have here shift, and then you enter there. That's very simple. So this is called the normal entry model, the NEM. So then we have the second entry model, that is, here we go below the 50%, then we go up here again, combined with a 50% retracement or whatever, could also be 60. This is called the LEM, late entry model. So these are these two models. Then let me draw a new one. What we also have here is obviously, break, retracement, this is called, what is happening now? Why is it so weird? Ooh, what is happening? Anyways, this is called the where is it? The break trend entry model, BTEM. Yeah, these are these three models basically, and obviously with these comes a good trend and all that stuff, but these are basically these two models, or three models, that I use all the time. Obviously there's way more to it than just simple whatever trend, because price is not always crystal clear. And yeah, and also obviously if price is like very directional, so we have something like this here, very directional, that's also with the trend, but I'm gonna use just my fib here and take that from there. But that's like the same model as the NEM. But yeah, let's see what we have here. So we do here get all these higher time frame rise and bullish. Okay, so what we had here was the same thing. We had a reaction there, also with the 50%. You always have to keep in mind these reactions, right? And then we have another 50% retracement, then we go up here. So let's see how that works. Same thing, then 50% retracement right there, or 60, then we go up. So we are actually free to go now. Seems to be good for our trend to move on. And yeah, so first thing we do is obviously mark out the trend here. So that's our kind of like our trend. And then we have, this is our like, oh, we mark that out, something like this. This is simpler. So yeah, so what happened here? We had a nice trend. It's a little bit difficult to read here. So we had that uptrend here, obviously. combined with the 50%, or more, probably 60, maybe 70, probably 70. Yeah, it's ranging. We are middle time frame wise, we are at the upper half. We already touched that, so I don't see it as a good idea to take a buy there. What I would want to wait for is something like this. Yeah, nice. It traces from that lower limit here perfectly, actually. So that's something to go for again. We had a break, retest, a little bit low here, but doesn't matter, and then we go up. It depends on where we are going, right? Okay, so which this means that this trend is not valid, or at least not that valid anymore as it was. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to do. I mean, it's always easy to say that this trend is not valid, but no, actually, it's not. We had that trend here that was broken, so this is our new trend. Yep, this is our new trend here, and wait, I can't actually remember the price action of that. I used to take a trade here. Well, it's funny because seems like I don't reprice the same every time. Yeah, I can remember that price action actually. Mm, yeah, it's not good if I remember it, but that would have been the entry. Um, that would have been the entry down there somewhere. Yeah, that would have been a good entry there. So always pay attention. I mean, price doesn't have to be parallel trends. It can also be something like this, triangle wise or whatever. We're starting at 9:30 there. Ooh, that's a little bit harder. That's our trend there. So it depends. Go to one of these upper limits there. Then we want to have a break and a retest. Break. Retest. But it's a little bit low to break, so that's not too nice, but depends on the retest how it is. Retest. Let me actually see. Let me do that manually. Yeah, that is not aligning, so this is probably better. We're entering here at the 50%. We're ranging, so we don't want to enter against a trend at the 50%. That's not good. Yeah, as you can see, would have not been smart. Now we go up here finally. Break. As you can see, right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a. Now I'm gonna go to the 10-second, or I'm gonna go to the 1 minute and leave the 10-second on. That was not a retest. Don't you dare push without me. Dude, okay. Yeah, it would have been a nice one. Would have been a nice one again, Mr. Trade. Um, but it's actually simple. Sell high, buy low. Alright, day 2 of not taking a trade here. We do have another. And because we are not 50 yet, I'm expecting it to move up a little bit more. Even though it seems like we are failing to make like new higher highs and stuff. So that seems like not a nice I could expect it. No, no, we do break that now. Retracement. That's probably the 45. Yeah, but not a nice. Yeah, not a nice one. Because the trend was too big here, and it's really not possible to take. I need to go to the 10-second there. Interesting. Now it's really overextending. Oh, that was wrong. But it's alright if it's overextending. Oh, now it's really overextending. Let me actually try something. Okay. Trying out some new things there. Yeah, as you can see, it reacted perfectly to that. See if we can combine that with any. No. No. Okay, entry there. That's a good entry. We overextended here. Even though we are bullish, but I'm happy to take a 50% retracement there, even though the RR is horrible. So I might actually think about it again. Retracement. It's not real. Yeah. Why am I always right with the buys, dude? Like, it's crazy. I'm always right with the buys, but somehow the entry doesn't work. But it seems like that well, we probably touched now into the 45. Yeah. So now what could happen is a change of trend here. Model 3, which is called BTEM. Break trend entry model. Still getting used to these names. I just recently named them. Okay, seems like it doesn't want to do that. Yeah, makes a little bit more sense because we shift like one up, right? So it reacts to the middle line, now it reacts to the middle line again, and then we go up. So that 3 days without a trade. Okay, so even though we had like 2, maybe 3 trades, we at least had 2. So anyways, it's not looking too good. So we're a little bit mixed here. Seems like we broke that. And it seems like we could be bearish for some time now, but what I believe is we will have in any way a retracement. Let's see if that is actually true or not true, but let's confirm that. Hmm. Almost. We almost hit it. Anyways, does not matter because we probably have a fib level that's matching. We do. Okay, so the setup for today is looking like this. Here, going to, I'm gonna put it to here, but maybe it could also go a little bit further, but I believe that it will go to here. At least it's gonna be a little bit of a super sculpt because but I think it could go a little bit more further and then yeah, eventually then reverse. So we need a super low entry there. This time I will get an entry, or maybe not if it just does not push. Question is, can I trust that now? Can I trust it? I wanna let's see what would have happened. Some entry that I like. 1.5, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. You have to be very careful with these contra trend trades. Very careful. But now, yeah, we'll leave actually that we're gonna continue a little bit further actually. So I believe we're going to the middle line there. So we could do something very. We could take it to the only to the 50 to be extra sure, but also to the 50% there. That could be something. See, I'm not entering now, but I'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I had no entry. Biases. Correct. Oh. 1%. So here I'm going to take 50% off there. Or I don't know what I'm gonna do then. Nice. Okay, so that was a little bit nerve-wracking there. But it got the job done, so gonna close 50 there. Move it to break even. Let's see. I mean, we could even go further with my take profit. Bam! That's what we freaking do. Okay, let's go over. Not that complicated. It's just a little bit, is a lot of my games here. You always have to think it trends here. That's what I'm catching myself not doing not too often here, even though it's not a nice trend. But uptrend here, we were overextended, then we broke that. So we're not bullish anymore, as you can see. As we broke that, so even though we're against trading against a trend, you can still expect a nice reaction. Push down, reaction, push down further, or maybe we'll go up. But you have to decide to which levels it's going to go at least, right? And that's why the fib tool is very useful. And these trend tools, as you can see. And yeah, so we broke that. I'm expecting it to reverse at about 50% of the next trend that I draw, whatever. And also we were in that middle time frame trend here. We reacted nicely to it, so I believe we're going further. And now, if the bias is clear, the only thing you have to do is enter at the right time, which I did not very well here. Now I didn't wait for a nice retracement, and now it retraced. But as long as your stop loss is correct, everything is fine. And hit a nice 2RR trade there. And now I believe it's gonna reverse here. see what happens. To the 50 of that trend here. No, we do have one more reaction. I'm not trading that by the way anymore, so fine with that. We have one more reaction. Let me put that to the 30. And we do have actually one more reaction, so that's interesting. Bearish, bearish bias is not invalidated. Yeah, okay, it just pushes down. Can also happen. I mean, I have no data to prove that it's gonna pull back all the time, so that's alright. And yeah, nice trade here. So we took one trade of three good trades. Yeah. But yeah, that looks bullish, nice. Oh. But also what we are is we are at highs there and at the 50% there. So let's analyze the market structure real quick. What is happening now? So again, at the switch, it reversed perfectly at that 50%. So what we had here, we had around the bottom there, then we pushed up, broke it a little bit, then we had a small retest into the 50%, but then most of the time, at least in my experience, we will have a break of that trend. I broke it, and an overall retest. So let's see if that happens. Can you count that? I mean, I guess you could, but at least we do have some kind of weird pullback at least. So let's see if that actually aligns. Not really. Not really. Oh, well, a little bit maybe. Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad at least. And then we have a nice reaction of the 50 from the origin, and then we push up. So that's the analysis. Yeah, now we're very overextended here, so that's like kind of like the thing where you have to be very careful. We also have like market structure which is very directional, not very ranging. So, I mean, we are ranging as you can see here, but overextended. So yeah, I see the only possibility might be a contra trade trend, or we can also wait just for retracement, because this is very directional. I don't like to take trades against a trend when it's very directional. Okay, now reacted. Now you could theoretically take a sniper entry. Theoretically. I must say it could work, but I'm not saying it will work for 80%. Saying it could work. But it did work in this case. But it seems like we're very fast on that lower limit. And what could happen now is that we break that and retest the 50. So could be both. Depends on if it respects that lower limit. Seems to be very directional with a lot of volume. Okay. Well, that looks a little bit sus here for a reversal. Yep, that's reversal. Okay, now we can try our technique again. Um, yeah, is it? Yeah, you could count that as a touch. Let's see. Reversal, breaking the previous trend. Did not touch the 45, which is not good. Please reverse. So, you're such a bitch, man. Like, literally. I cannot believe what is happening. The price is always choking me. Dude, now I have probably one chance. No, it's already gone. But maybe here. No, it's already gone. Wait a second, my mouse just died. Hold up. Okay, so we're back. Oh well. So why did not it retrace into my D at 45? We have such a nasty reaction there. Very strong volumes. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Now we do have a reaction here from, I'm guessing, 60. Always very strong levels there, the 60s. You can take that to the 50 here. Maybe not. And I would never do that. But now you can probably take, maybe not too. But at some point it will. Guess twice. And yeah, wasn't very successful. So let's see what happens there. 70. Okay, it's really pushing through like crazy. Alright, so shit. Took only one trade in I believe 5 days, even though there were two other options. So yeah, whatever. So this seems like the trend there. Yeah, we broke it again, so I believe we're having a retracement. So I'm bearish for the day. Also, we're overextended. Not for the day, but for the session, I mean. I can tell that with the double whatever is not gonna work with the 50, but maybe it's gonna work there. I feel why can't I see it on the 1 minute? Yeah, whatever. No, I actually want to see it, dude. Okay, so here I'm happy to take a nice reversal into the 50. Ooh. This looks a little bit cleaner. Ooh. There's not a real shift there. Now there is. We're selling low here again. The real trade should have been there somewhere. I'm entering a 50, and if it retraces, I'm entering it with another 50. It needs to go further up. Now we do have that. Now we'll go to the 10 second. Now Going to with the second position there. My stop loss is actually too tight. Should be up here. Wow, there was a lot of volume. What is happening? Don't tell me there's news. There's definitely something happening here. I don't like that much volume. It's kind of make me scared. Okay, that isn't very nice. I'm gonna put it to break even already. Bam, that's what we freaking do, man. That's what we do. Reaction 50, again 50 reaction, and then let's see where it wants to go. Then we have another reaction to the 70, I guess, and then price fractal. So the same thing that happens here is happening on the 1 second chart, whatever. And now I'm actually done for the day, so I don't really care. Okay, so that's the end. I backtested till last week, and last week I could not trade because I had some stuff, school stuff and whatever. But yeah, today's session only took 2 trades, 2 wins, but could have taken 2 more. I think what we did 6 days backtesting. So could have at least taken four trades in these 6 days, maybe even 5. Would have all been good possibilities, but yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so yeah, see you guys.